Hey y'all, my phone is being weird again, so this is like the third time that I've shot this, so the frustrations of technology. Welcome back! My name is Moriah, I'm the wife of the Revolting Man, and if you're new here, I do videos, every so often about women's stuff, and I do tend to have religious stuff in my videos, so if that's not what you're into, then just, this is a warning, and, you might want to just watch the gun videos. But I haven't been able to make videos in a while, and I wanted to just say I'm sorry. I know some people have been asking about them. This was a long summer, y'all. It was a long, hot summer, and I just couldn't get out here. The summer is not conducive to sitting out in the woods with a cup of tea and, talking to a camera. And also, it's like some crows flying by. Very noisy. The end of the summer, we found out we were pregnant. So I had that like nice long month of where you don't want to do anything but lay on the couch all day long. So anyways, that's passed and I'm back and I'm feeling great and I've got tons of ideas that I want to make into videos. And so today I wanted to talk to you about prepping without fear. And this is inspired by a couple of ladies who I've met for the second time now at the Atlanta meet and greet, and their wives and of these preppers. And so I was just asking them, how do you feel about that? Are you like sort of just going along with it and whatever, or are you totally on board? Because in my case, I really did not like it at first. When the Revolting Man started watching Viking Preparedness, and no offense to PJF because, we got to meet him in real life this weekend, and they're great, him and his wife, and we just had a great time. But when he first started watching him, I would get the creeps, I would get the heebie-jeebies, and I would have to go in my room and shut the door because I didn't want to hear his voice. And I didn't want to deal with the fear that it brought up in me and the anxiety, and that was left over from my childhood. See, I grew up in a family and a church that talked about the end times constantly. It's always, this is it. This is, Jesus is coming back, and, everybody get ready. And, well, it was actually supposed to happen the year 2000, right? And so I would count down how many years I had left. I'd have 8 years left, and I wasn't going to get to, my adulthood, and I wasn't going to be married and have a family, all this thing, this stuff that, this child shouldn't have to think about, really. I mean, I don't know, maybe, yeah, it wasn't healthy. So anyways, those kind of feelings left over from my past, when they would get triggered, when I would hear that, what I felt was like doom and gloom, apocalypse talk and all that. So anyways, a shift happened at some point, and I'm not sure exactly when, but I think it had a lot to do with how, we were making these videos. And especially the off-grid challenges that we did. We did several weeks where we would do an experiment, and we would imagine an off-grid or a grid-down scenario where we had, to only cook with fire, if it was, no more propane for our gas stove and we had to only cook outside with fire, or we were only going to eat shelf-stable food and pretend like we were just eating from our food storage. Things like that we're, trying to figure out what we were good at and what we needed to work on. So that had a lot to do with it. And just, the years of gardening and learning those skills and learning how to save seeds and to put up food, all that helped in making me more comfortable with the ideas of, the collapse. And having a husband also who was very, very, let's see, I didn't talk about this in my last video, so this is going to be maybe a little rambly, but, he's very capable in so far as, he has experience, he's a Marine, so, the self-defense and all this. So that really helps. That really helps take a lot of that burden off of me as a woman. And, before, when I was a single mom, that's why I stayed away from those kind of thoughts, because I didn't have that ability. And, I didn't know anything about protection and, like self-defense and all that. And, so having him is definitely a big, big, rock. He's my rock and my safe place, and the biggest thing over that is God, trusting in God that, you know, he's got everything in control. He knows the beginning to the end, and he's gonna take care of us. And, you know, that's a promise we have. And that's probably the biggest thing. And then there's this sort of catch-22, right? There's this sort of like dichotomy as far as, you know, do we just trust in God that he's going to provide and then do nothing for ourselves? No, I don't think that's how he wants us to be. And I think that a lot of Christians are like that. You know, they're, oh, just take me in the first wave, and, you know, and they put back no food and they have no plans, you know, and I don't think that's biblical either. There's this one verse that I found that I think encapsulates the balance that we need to take, because there is a balance. You know, there's the one extreme that's, you know, just, you know, God will provide everything and I'm not going to do anything. And then there's this, you know, I'm going to do everything for myself. And then, you know, there's got to be this middle ground, right? So there's this verse in Zechariah that I stumbled upon that I just wanted to share real quick. And I thought it was a perfect example of, where'd it go? Checking my notes. Of the balance God wants us to take. I love this verse. Zechariah 8:13. God says to Israel, "So will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong." So he doesn't want us to just sit around getting fat and lazy. He wants us to stay strong. He wants us to stay strong physically and be ready. So that's my little 2 cents about fearless prepping, and just a reminder to women who might be struggling with the fear and the anxiety of living in a world that does seem so up in the air. You know, the future does seem so uncertain, but trust God and let him worry about the end, the big stuff, and let's just keep busy, keep strong, and try to enjoy life and enjoy the gifts that he's given us, and the beautiful fall weather and the sun going down and the colors and the stream that's trickling by, and, you know, all the blessings that he has for us in each day. But anyways, this is 7 minutes. Okay, this is good. I cut down each time I cut down. So anyways, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that y'all are doing great, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye-bye.